Then, like he said, we went to serve on a Native American reservation at a hospital, very rural, like an hour and a half to the nearest Walmart.
Wait. I just got to make sure I heard this right, y'all. I'm sorry to pause. Did you say the closest Walmart to you all, an hour and a half away?
Hour and a half.
Okay, wait. What about McDonald's? McDonald's?
No. Same thing.
The closest airport is 3.5 hours away. In a different state.
Yo, what's going on, fam? It's your boy, Anthony O'Neal, right here at the table where you guys already know we keep it real relevant and
relatable.
That's my boy, Connor, y'all. I want to call him like my co-host, but he's like the producer. He's like the everything. You know, I have the easy job. He has the hard job. So that's my brother in the building. My brother from another mother, from another color mother. But y'all, I'm real pumped today because let me tell y'all, man, I was on IG and you guys know how I roll. Anytime I see anybody celebrating paying off debt, I get excited. Then let's go deeper. Anytime I see a minority paying off debt, I get real pumped. Then let's go deeper. When I see young people, young couples paying off debt together, boy, I get thrilled. I just get pumped and I get so excited because today we're going to talk to this sharp young couple. I'm going to give y'all a little secret. They're celebrating 2 years of marriage today. They took 30 minutes out of their time to today. They're in Cabo, Mexico, to rock with your boy, to talk about their journey. So, y'all, can y'all help me welcome? I wish I had like drums. I wish I had something here. We need to get that for the show, bro. You know what I'm saying? We need to get that.
Jacob can put it in.
Yeah,
in post.
Jacob, put it in and put
in a drum roll.
Yeah, put a drum roll right here. Can y'all help me welcome to the table my fam, Alex and Bryant.
What's up?
Hey.
Yo, man, I ain't mad at my brother. You know, the wife is like, hey. Brian's like, yo, what's good, B? That's how I would be if I was with my wife. Like, yo, what's up, bro? You good? Yeah, hey, man, we on vacation right now. You got 29 minutes. But yo, let's break this down, you guys. Let's get straight into it because I definitely want to respect you all's time and thank you so much for giving us some time during your anniversary week and celebration out there in Mexico to just sit down and encourage my tribe members and my fans. And so you all paid off $300,000 in debt. So who had the most debt? I gotta ask.
So I had the most. I had originally had $160,000, and I believe she had like 100.
I had 140.
140.
Oh, wait. 160 and 140. Now, did you bring this 160 and 140 into the marriage, or did you all accumulate this while you were married?
We brought it into the marriage.
Okay. I gotta ask this question.
So we got it when we were in school, and then when we actually got married, we were down to about 200.
Okay.
So I had taken care of 40 myself. He had taken care of 60 while we were separate.
Okay, wait. But let's rewind. What the heck y'all? What y'all doing to get 160 and 140 in student loan debt? Like, I mean, what are y'all some doctors or something? What's up?
You got it. We're doctors.
Hold up, we got black doctors. We got black doctors. Yes, sir. Okay. Talk to me. What's your degree in?
Pharmacy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Doctor of pharmacy.
All right. So you graduated with 160. You graduated with 140. You paid off 60 while you were single. You paid off 40 while you were single. Before we get into like how you paid off the $200,000 combined, what made you all want to attack the debt when you were single? You know what I'm saying? Like most single people are not really worried about their student loans or even their debt right now, as long as it's manageable, they say. What made you all start attacking that before marriage?
So for me, I'll go first. So for me, when I was in high school, I was in everything. Yeah. And I was able to secure several full ride scholarships to college. Okay. And so when it was time for me to go, I chose a private university. I got a 4-year scholarship to it. It had a 6-year pharmacy program. So I was like, okay, if I go there, I'll at least have 4 years covered. Yeah. Right? So I get there 2 years in. They're like, oh, there's a gap in your funding. And they're like, oh, you know, we did give you a 4-year scholarship, but we gave you a 4-year scholarship as if you were getting an undergraduate degree. You're entering in your junior year this graduate program. So there's a gap.
Wow.
And so that was, number one, a crazy surprise for me and my family.
Okay.
And then at that time, that was when I was like, well, I have no other choice but to start taking out student loans.
Wow.
And so for that, my junior year and senior year of college, I went ahead and took out student loans. And then those final 2 years of the 6-year program, I had to take out full loans.
Okay.
So by the end of it, after I graduated, got the mail in the mail like that fall about exactly how much I owed.
Yeah.
And I was floored that it was $140,000.
So I got to ask this question. Like, when you were signing for the student loans, did you know that you were taking out that much, or were you just doing what you had to do to get through school, and then it finally hit you when you got that bill?
Right, because I mean, at that time, I was 20 the first time I took out a student loan, and I was only 2 years into college, so this is a sophomore, sometime during my sophomore year of college, that, there's a gap in my funding for next year.
Wow.
So call my dad, he co-signs, and we just do what we got to do. I wasn't thinking about it.
And to answer that question, it was the same for me because I'm originally from Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas. So I did 2 years of undergraduate years towards my degree in biology. So I did all those years, the 4 years that I got my biology degree, I paid those off with a band scholarship, and my dad helped me pay for it as well as me having a job. So for me, once I knew that I was going to Hampton University, pharmacy school, I knew it was going to be $40,000 a year, which would be $160,000, for those 4 years. So I knew up front I didn't like it. I didn't have many options as far as pharmacy schools to go to. So that was, the choice I had to go with.
You went to Hampton. Did you go to Hampton too? Okay, then. My little sister just graduated from Hampton. Okay, then. Yeah, Simone, give me some love, Simone. I'm shouting you out, girl. I'm shouting you out, Simone. Love you. But I have another question. Did y'all have any kind of conversations with your parents while you were in high school about money, about debt, about wealth, how to build wealth, how to avoid debt, that type of stuff? Were there any kind of in-depth conversations growing up in your community?
So for me, definitely my parents instilled in me that, you need to get a full ride to college because that's the only way it's going to get paid for right now. There were 4 of us kids, and I was the firstborn. So they really pushed me to, diversify my interests and make sure that I was taking on leadership roles and being a part of teams and sports and stuff like that. So I knew from an early age that I needed to do really and perform really well in school so that I could win money to go to college. And when it comes to like wealth conversations, I feel like we had like some legacy conversations, listening to my dad's dreams for us and dreams for like what we'll be able to do as a family later on in life. I was raised in the suburbs, mostly PWIs my entire life. And I just knew that, I need to go into a role that makes good money because I have expensive taste. And my dad knew that from when I was young, too. So I feel like
I feel sorry for your husband. That's why y'all in Cabo right now. I see that background. I see you. Expensive taste, bruh. What about you, bro?
So for me, I grew up humble beginnings. So for me, like I said earlier, I'm originally from Little Rock, Arkansas. I was born there. But I think when I was like 1 year old, we moved to the country or the suburbs, country area of Little Rock. So from there, my dad, we didn't have much. My dad was a fireman. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. And then she eventually became a teacher. But in the beginning, like Dave Ramsey says, like we were living off beans and rice. Like this, we were kind of struggling from the beginning. But over time, my dad, pretty much had side hustles to help our income get better. Yeah. But it was tough growing up. So for me, my dad always instilled in me that if you have $1, always save at least half of that. And that's always been my mindset.
Okay. All right. So now let's fast forward a little bit because I really want to give some people some practical things on what you all did to get out of debt. So you all got married with $200,000. What did you all do to pay off $200,000 when you all got married? And here's the first part of the question. Give me just a ballpark of what was your combined household income and how long did it take you to pay off the $200,000 when you all first got married?
So we got married 2 years ago on this date, 2018. And like Alex said, we had about $200,000 to pay for.
Okay.
So I had $100,000 and how much?
I had just scaled right under 100. That was my goal before I got married, was to at least get it right below 100.
All right.
And so with that, like we told you earlier, we're pharmacists. So if you know anything about the annual income of a pharmacist, they pretty much make, six figures, right at 100,000. So you think about the government, taking taxes out, that's pretty much like 65,
Yeah.
70,000.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's not really much money. People think you're a doctor, you're a pharmacist, you got all this money, but it's really not that much money when the government takes its cut. Yeah. So that's pretty much how we paid for it. We kind of sat down, and for her, for me, I had in my mind that I wanted to pay off my debt in 10 years. The federal government has a program, the Student Loan Forgiveness Program, that's over 10 years. If you make the minimum payments, after 10 years, they will forgive all your loans. I was initially going to do that, but over the trips we made, just, driving different locations.
And while we were dating. So we were still dating. And what happened was my parents took Financial Peace University like that same year that I found out that I had that gap in my funding. Which is crazy. Yeah. So they took that, they learned all the things. And then that means when I graduated, my dad was like, oh, you're going to take this class. Okay. So I took the class after I graduated. Before I got my first pharmacist check, I had started that class. So when I got my first pharmacy check, all of my friends and everyone else in my class already had theirs spent. Me, the first cut I took out of my very first check was save $1,000. So I had that taken care of by like the second day of that class. So after I took the class, I started whispering in his ear a little bit, oh, there's this financial class you should take. He is totally about his own plan. He has his own numbers going down, all of this stuff. And we're still dating, so I can't force it. But once we both took jobs at the same hospital in Arizona and we moved across the entire U.S., I'm definitely old school. We stayed in our own separate apartments, even though they were like right next to each other. But when we would go on trips and drive and stuff like that, I would have on the Dave Ramsey show. Like I would have on the podcast just playing. And so
she forced me basically.
So I'm like, I mean, I get you have a plan, but like this plan,
this
like
is a proven plan, brother. I don't know if your plan is proven, but this guy right here, he got a proven plan. So I got to ask you, Bryant, what was your hesitation at first? Like, why were you so like, like, why do you feel as if it took you a while to jump on board with it?
Well, I guess for me, like, I had never heard of Dave Ramsey. So when she kept playing it all the time, I was like, who is this guy? Like, he's always on the radio. He's pretty blunt with
screaming at people.
Yeah.
I mean, real talk. When I first heard him, I said, who the heck is this white man talking to me like this? Nah, cut up my credit cards? What? Who is this dude? I mean, I'm with you. I understand.
Exactly. Like the whole, cut your credit cards. And my dad always kind of taught me, like, at least have one with you as far as have a credit card. So that hesitation, as well as I already had my plan that I wanted to go with. So it was just like, my girlfriend at the time telling me, you should listen to this. You can pay off your loans and, quicker than versus 10 years. I was like, okay, she's got a point. So I think over probably like 3 or 4 times of listening to it, the trips that we made, I was like, okay, I made my mind up that I wanted to follow this guy, listen to his podcast and go from there.
And after we got engaged, I told him, I was like, conditions of our marriage is we need to go through premarital counseling and we need to take Financial Peace University as a couple. Because at that point, it had been a couple years since I took it. So I was like, oh no, like this is happening. So after we got married, we got married October, the next FPU class that was happening was January. Yeah. So January, as soon as January came, we hopped in a class, 9 weeks, probably ended end of February, early March. Yeah. And I mean, the rest was history. We were like, okay, let's pay it off as quick as possible.
So Once you all got on the plan, once you all got married, what were some of the sacrifices you all had to make to pay off $200,000?
So for me, just kind of start with the simple wants and needs, people want in this world. So my car, like I still have my car from 2008. It's a 2005 Hyundai Elantra. So like right now it has like almost 200,000 miles. So I stuck to that car.
You still have that car right now?
Still have it right now.
That's still your main car right now?
It's my main car.
No, doctors shouldn't be driving that. Doctors should be driving Bentleys and BMWs and Mercedes. But you're sitting here saying that, I made a sacrifice and I stuck to my car. I didn't get a high-end car.
Exactly. And so the other sacrifice that I made was, as far as our rent, we worked on an Indian reservation at a hospital. And so the rent there was like $200 pretty much like a month, $200, $300 a month. So that's a sacrifice we took in living in like this little house.
Tiny little
like a 700 square foot house that we each had. So that's a sacrifice as well, because it wasn't the best house. Like you look into it, you're like, man, how could you live in this?
Wow.
But I mean, we sacrificed our time as well as, serving that community. So that's the two sacrifices that come to my mind. But she has different sacrifices.
For me, when I graduated from college, I got like a $4,000 car with my graduation money. So it was my vehicle. I owned it. It's a 2011 Hyundai Accent hatchback.
Okay.
And I still have that vehicle to this day. So we didn't have car payments with that. So then, like he said, we went to serve on a Native American reservation at a hospital, very rural, like an hour and a half to the nearest Walmart.
Wait. I just got to make sure I heard this right, y'all. I'm sorry to pause. Did you say the closest Walmart to you all, an hour and a half away?
Hour and a half.
Okay, wait. What about McDonald's? McDonald's?
No.
Same thing.
The closest airport is 3.5 hours away. In a different state. New Mexico.
Oh, so y'all were for real about doing this thing?
Oh, yeah. We weren't playing.
If we had stayed in Virginia and lived in the city, it would have definitely been higher rents. And even like we were still dating at the time, but we both knew that we were on the trek to get out of debt. So it's like, okay, how can we serve another culture, right? And then at the same time, decrease our costs so that we can get rid of this debt.
How do I say this question? I want to say this thing right, boy. I'm trying to say this thing right. Did anyone else look like y'all in this area?
There wasn't much. It would be like going to the grocery store and everyone's looking at you because you're the odd one.
Are you? So how? Okay, now here's my theme. One of the key things that I'm saying is nothing extraordinary happens within your comfort zone. And to experience success and to build true success, you have to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone and to be uncomfortable for a little while so that way you can go after your goals and your dreams. And you all didn't just step out. You all jumped completely out. And because of that, you are now able to be debt-free. How does it feel? Like if you all had to go back from day one, would you change it? Would you do something different? Would you avoid going to that area? Would you avoid driving the same car for the last 5-6 years? What would you do anything differently?
I would not change one thing. Throughout this experience, it afforded us the ability to have great wisdom from people and find new things. And Lisa Nichols is my mentor, and she doesn't know it. But conviction, what you need to do, and convenience, they don't live on the same block. They don't live in the same zip code. There is absolutely no type of convenience in getting out of that, period. You have to make decisions based on that. You can't just go based on what you want and like what you wish your environment looked like. You have to know that what you're doing in the moments is going to pay off later on. I spoke to my family about this. I told all my friends, I sent them a text message at the beginning of my journey, like, guys, please don't invite me on any of these group vacations that you guys are all taking. I would love to go, but this is what I'm about to do. And I would love it if you guys just respected me and didn't even ask me, because I don't even want to know, because it'll make me feel bad. Like, I told my family, I'll come once a year. Like, that's a sacrifice for a little bit. I'll come once a year.
Wait, y'all only saw your family once a year while you was paying off debt? Okay, wait. Listen here, fam. If y'all just now tuned in, listen, I gotta take a break, because this couple right here, they're dropping nothing deep, but just practical stuff that I think we need to hear it. Like, they paid off $200,000 together, $300,000 total. They moved to a rural city with people who do not look like them, people who probably don't understand their culture, what they say, what they do. They drove the same car for years. One of them got 200,000 miles on it. The closest Walmart to them was an hour and a half away. No Target near for y'all bougie people. No Target. No McDonald's. 3.5 hours away from the airport. Only saw the family once a year. And she told her friends, no, don't invite me nowhere. Like, nothing deep, but just real practical stuff. I got to ask you a question. And kind of put me on this camera right here. What are you willing to sacrifice? Like, what are you willing to do to reach your goals? I want you to really think about that right now. And I really want you to ask yourself, okay, what am I willing to do to reach my goals? So you guys y'all are debt-free. Have you all built your 3 to 6 months emergency fund yet?
We're almost done.
Working on that right now.
All right, so once you do that, what's next? This time next year, where will you all be?
So for me, I definitely want to get a new car. If I do get a car, it'll be a used car, kind of following, Dave Ramsey's strategy as far
Hey, Brian,
as
I got to
getting a
call you
car.
out, bro. Like 3 years ago, you weren't rocking with the plan. Now you're like, yeah, following the Dave Ramsey plan. Following that old Ramsey plan over there with Dave and A.O. Y'all see that? Y'all see 3 years ago, she was like, hey, you need to be doing this. She's like, I ain't doing this. I don't know this guy. Now I was like, yeah, so I'm definitely going to use car. I like you, bruh. We need more brothers like you. All right, so you're going to get a used car following what we teach. All right, cool. Keep going. I'm sorry. I just had to call you out because that was dope.
So that's one of them. So the other thing is, for me, I definitely want to get more knowledge in the real estate realm. And right now, I do have a bakery. I started last October around this time, so it's about a year in the works right now. So that's something that I want to continue to put more, capital in, and just learn more things and get more recipes and eventually grow that business. And like other people, I know you guys have businesses that help you guys succeed and, save more, invest more things. So that's definitely things that I'm doing. I plan on doing by next year around this time.
Yeah, man, I love that.
And for me, I throughout this journey, when I first started my journey to get debt free, this is like April 2016, I had moved to the Indian reservation. I decided, this is a new start. And I had been in retail pharmacy for about 6 months, completely wore me out, gained 20 pounds. And for me, I was like, this is a great fresh start to focus on building healthier habits. And so I decided, I'm going to become a health and fitness coach online. Okay. I was nowhere near my goal weight, but I knew that if I surrounded myself with people who had created this lifestyle of doing that every day, I would become like them. And that's what I wanted. I wanted consistency. So for the past 4.5 years now, I have been completely consistent with my health and fitness. Wow. I think it was a great thing to pair along with the debt-free journey, because it took my focus off of all of the sacrificing I was doing, because I was able to plug into this online community. I was focusing on my mental health, my spiritual health, my physical health, and it just became my own journey about myself. So I'm going to be continuing to build that business. Personally, I like the prevention side of medicine a little more. When I'm handing out medication, I don't really feel like I'm making as big of an impact as I would like to in people's lives. I want to have a more sense of fulfillment, and pairing this coaching along with this showed me, this is where my passion lies. I want to help you before you reach the pharmacy counter. Good. So I'm going to be focused on continuing to build my online health and wellness business, helping people get healthy and well, helping them reach their goals and lead happier lives.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. For those individuals watching us right now, The average person watching my show is in between that 20 and 30 age bracket. You all are right there. Give them three. I want y'all to think about three things, three practical takeaways for no matter where they are in life. How do they start the journey and complete the journey? Whether they have $25,000 in debt or $250,000 in debt, what are three things that you all think they need to do to start the journey and finish the journey?
So, number one, you need to know why you're doing it. You have to be convicted and you have to make the decision. And the only way you're going to do that is if you have a reason that's bigger than surface level. Like, oh, I want to be able to buy whatever I want whenever I want. No, this has to go deeper. What do you truly want for your life? And so for me, it didn't even feel right having debt. Like when I saw that number, I felt like I had been robbed.
Ooh.
I felt like I was in shackles. Like I legit graduated and didn't feel as good as I should have because I was like, oh no, I have chains. I have to go work in the pharmacy. That didn't feel good. I want freedom. I want financial freedom and I want time freedom, period. So if you can't create that feeling in your body, like you have to know what you're working towards and what type of legacy you want to leave. And true wealth, you can't build it with debt. Like you cannot, they don't go together. You need to get rid of student loan debt, period. It's not a good debt to have. And so you have to start with why and make the decision for yourself. Step number one.
So for me, I can honestly say mindset, which kind of ties into what she just said. So for me, like I told you earlier, I grew up with two loving parents that just kind of taught me to always save more than you have. So growing up, I had two older brothers, so I was a baby boy. So I often looked at my older brothers and I could kind of learn if they messed up on something, like I learned from their mistakes. And, I got less whoopings. So that's the blessing of that. But to say that the mindset from an early stage, humble beginnings, which is pretty much where I came from, and then just having that mindset that I can accomplish anything, and just knowing that you got to live your life, like do things on your time. There's so many people out there that are like, okay, the Joneses, they got this new car, they got this mansion on the hill. I should have had that by 30. Like do things on your time.
That's good.
Do things on your time. So for us, we don't have this mansion or anything like that. We're in our 30s. It might take us until we get 35 or 40. Like, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. This is your life. Don't look at somebody else's life. They're 25. They got a mansion. They got a Corvette. Like, don't look at that. Look, just have a tunnel vision. Look straight forward. Do things on your time.
And don't be afraid to step out of the box that everyone else has put you in. Don't be afraid to have a different identity than what you've had in your life thus far, period. Like I have learned so much on this journey just because I decided to seek wisdom and seek knowledge. And what that did for me is it made me able to not care about what anybody else thinks about me and to not put me in this box of, oh, she's a pharmacist. This is what she has to do. This is the type of car she should drive. All of her friends are doing this and she's not. I don't care about any of that. I decided to be completely opposite because if everyone else is doing it, I don't want no parts of it, period. Because that's how the people who get to where they are in their lives and they have built this wealth and this legacy, they were not doing what every average American was doing or everybody else who was in their class. Like they are doing something completely different and it sets them apart.
I'm trying not to preach. I don't want to scare nobody on here. But my goodness.
And then the last thing.
Yo, go talk to me. This your show. This ain't my show today. This y'all show. Go ahead.
And then last thing short, I don't know. A lot of people have something to believe in as far as a spiritual connection or religion, but I feel like that's important as well because like when you're getting up in the morning, like you have to do these long hours, long duties of things that you have to do. Like there's always that comfort in praying for something and then at the end of the day, just always having that comfort, that person you can kind of connect with. So whether it's God or whoever you believe in. So that's always important from, groundwork going up. So I just feel like that's important too.
We can end the show right there. We began the show right there. Brian, he did it, Doc.
One more thing, y'all. Cash flow your wedding.
Don't get me to scream in his mic. Did you just say cash flow your wedding? How much did y'all spend on your wedding?
Okay, the budget. I listened to Dave. He said no more than 1/4 of your combined income. 1/4 was exactly 50, and I was like, that's our budget. So our budget was 50. Papa Bear, my daddy, helped us out. Did half of it.
But it was cash, and y'all didn't rack up any debt.
Cash.
All right.
Okay.
And
I can't even be upset at that. That was a dope wedding, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. 50 grand on a wedding.
It was so.
That was a dope wedding. Well, y'all better than me. Let me tell you that right now. Wifey hit $50,000. No. Now, my whole philosophy on weddings, and I'm not mad at you because you all did exactly what we teach. Just do 1/4 of your take-home pay, and so that was cool. And I think for me, which I pray that whoever I do marry, she'll get it. I would rather put all of our money into the ring and just have a very private, intimate wedding. But when she walk around the world, that clack, 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 is like, yes, that's right. I'm like, that's my girl. That's my babe. But I mean, I ain't even mad at that. But I love your point. I think everyone has their thing. Some people, I want the big wedding. I want the nice car. I want the big honeymoon. I want the big ring. I want this. That's cool. As long as you cash flowing what you desire, I don't care what you do and how you do it. Just don't rack up debt over it, and just make sure that it doesn't stop you from accomplishing the ultimate goal, which is financial freedom, which is financial peace. And I think that is one of the key things that I'm really trying to teach this younger generation is I want you to have the nice stuff. I drive a real nice car. I live in a real nice home. I'm 36. I've been making this kind of money for the last, I say, 8 to 9 years of my life. And I'm just now really starting to buy these nice things within the last 3 years, because I had to get out of debt. I had to stack my emergency fund. I had to fully invest. And I believe because I teach it, I have to do a little bit more. So that way I am doing exactly and then some what I teach. So I'm really just now getting to a season to where I can actually start enjoying it. But I better hurry up because before I get married, that's my freedom. Once I get married, Brian, you already know what time it is. I'm going to probably marry me a nice, expensive, young lady like your wife. And so my goals and my dreams going to change a little bit. But y'all, I want to thank you all so much for rocking with me today. I love that you all were able to come on here during your anniversary time. I greatly appreciate it. $300,000 total paid off, $200,000 together. Lived in a rural area off a reservation in Arizona. Did it in about 2.5 years. I mean, y'all, I appreciate you. I mean, this is an epic story. I pray that this story bless you. This is what I'm going to do. Alex, drop everyone for the ladies who want to actually get their health and fitness thing together. Drop your information below. I want y'all to support her. Brian, if you got some bakery stuff that we can support you as well, let us know. But also tell us your IG information. And listen, you guys, you don't have to write it down. I'm going to put it in a link below. I want you to follow them. I want you to connect with them. Go check out her information for the health and fitness stuff. Go check out my boy, Brian. Yo, just check out this couple. They a dope couple. Real dope couple. But drop your information.
We appreciate it. You. Thank you so much. And you guys just dream bigger. Dream bigger for your lives. If we can do it, anybody can do it. And don't limit yourself. It's possible for you. Whatever you can dream of, it's just a preview of your coming reality, period. So just believe that and take the next best step.
Man, I love it. What's your website for your health and fitness thing?
My Instagram is at Dr.Dr_Alexandria 10K.
Okay. Brian, what's your information, bro?
My IG is Dr._BWATS24.
I just love the fact that we can call them doctors. I mean, two black, doctors. I mean, just like that, yo. Yo, listen, thank you all so much for rocking with me. And y'all, you guys, don't forget, this is the table where we keep it real, relevant, and
relatable.
And y'all, we kept it real and relatable today with two young doctors, a 29-year-old doctor, a 33-year-old doctor, 100% debt-free, building up their emergencies fund, starting businesses, and I believe that they will be millionaires before they hit 40 because of the choices they made today. So listen, do not forget that the caliber of your future will be determined by the choice you made today. What choice are you making today to step outside of your comfort zone or to stay inside of it? One of those choices is impacting your future. It's your boy, Anthony O'Neill. We'll see you next week on Monday at 8 a.m. the same time. Peace.